So, we got an update. We have some things that we need to go ahead and like fix up and explain and whatnot for our previous installments on this. But we're going to start off with the new mugshot that just dropped of Louis Mangione, the UHC CEO shooter, allegedly. All right. As you can see, phrenology, great. We're getting a lot more information coming together about this guy, right? We started getting a little bit of information earlier today. I found in the San Francisco Standard that, he quite literally was reported missing a month ago by his family. Louis Mangione, the 26-year-old, identified as a strong person of interest in last week's slaying of a health insurance executive on the streets of Manhattan, was reported missing to San Francisco police last month. His mother, Kathleen Mangione, made the report to San Francisco Police Department on November 18th. According to a police station with knowledge of the case, it wasn't immediately clear whether Mangione had been in San Francisco or if his mother had reason to believe he was. Mangione was detained by police Monday at a Pennsylvania McDonald's for questioning in relation to Wednesday's shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So, he had a active thing put in by his mother saying, "Hey, by the way, you probably should check him out because I don't know where he is." So that's it. I've been to Altoona before. That place sucks. I lived very close to there for quite a while, but we also got more information about parts of like what it seems like why he did it. Specifically that, something we mentioned yesterday, that he had some level of health struggles. CNN went ahead and did a little bit of reporting on all of this, saying in recent years, Mangione suffered from troubling back pain and underwent surgery to treat it, according to a friend and online posting. Around 2022, Mangione moved to Hawaii, where he lived for about 6 months at a co-working and co-living space in Honolulu. At the time, Mangione was working remotely. Mangione helped lead a book club for residents and liked going hiking and doing yoga. Martin, the founder of the co-living space, said, while residents sometimes discuss capitalism in the healthcare system, it wasn't like he had an axe to grind or he was even upset or angry about a particular issue, Martin said. He didn't remember Mangione ever talking about guns and violence. Soon after Mangione moved to Hawaii, Martin said Mangione did a surf lesson and ended up in a bed for about a week with back pain. It was really traumatic and difficult, when you're in your early 20s and you can't, do some basic things. Martin said he fell out of touch with Mangione in the last exchange text with him earlier this year. Mangione told him he had undergone back surgery and sent him a photo of his x-ray, and Martin said looked heinous with just giant screws going into his spine. Mangione posted a similar photo as the backdrop for his X page, which was taken offline after he was identified by police Monday. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, right? Like his entire issue was the health issues that he was having with both his lower spine and his hips. A post from a now deleted Reddit account that does not list Mangione's name but closely matches many of his biographical details, including his university, age, major, and health condition, said the user had suffered from backaches related to spondylolisthesis since childhood, but aggravated the condition after a surfing incident. My back and hips locked up after the accident, adding that intermittent numbness has become constant, and I'm terrified of the implications. A few weeks later, the user wrote that he had undergone spinal surgery, which improved the symptoms. He did not appear to post about health insurance related to the surgery or connect treatment to United Healthcare. The user also detailed past struggles with health issues, including Lyme disease and severe brain fog, which he said started after losing sleep during his fraternity's Hell Week and caused his college grades to start tanking. He expressed frustration with how little was understood by the medical community about brain fog, writing, "It's absolutely brutal to have such a life-halting issue. The people around you probably won't understand your symptoms. They certainly don't for me." So, it's sounding that he also had some issues with Lyme disease as well. And Lyme disease is a crazy disease. I remember when I was working at Domino's ages upon ages ago, back with Tom, right? There was this one guy that we worked with, and he literally had gotten bit by ticks, and half of his face literally fully drooped down, like nearly like looked like it fell off. It was a whole thing, right? Brain fog is high as fuck. Well, It could have been that. He was a frat boy. But Lyme disease is not something I would ever mess with whatsoever, right? Anyways, so then after that, one thing that I do need to correct from yesterday. All right, one thing that I did go ahead and need to correct from our reporting yesterday on this was the question of, did Luigi Mangione have a YouTube account? A YouTube account with Mangioni's name posted a video Monday that said, if you see this, I'm already under arrest, and had a countdown that ended by hinting at more information or videos to be released Wednesday. YouTube confirmed to Forbes the page was not associated with Mangione, although saying the channel's metadata was updated following widespread reporting of Luigi Mangione's arrest, including updates made to the channel name and handle. YouTube added it terminated 3 other accounts that were linked to Mangione, but said they hadn't been active in over 7 months. So that whole thing, the full Jonkler never happened, but one thing to go ahead and clear up. The one thing that is kind of funny, all right, I need to get the right audio clip. Okay, cool, whatever, that's good enough. I don't give a shit. All right, I'm lazy, okay? The one thing that is utterly insane and the craziest thing to me about this, right, is they're going ahead and making some links, NBC News here, to games that he was playing. Luigi Mangione once belonged to a group of Ivy League gamers who played Assassins, a member of the group told NBC News. In the game called Among Us, some players are secretly assigned to be killers in space who perform other tasks while trying to avoid suspicion from other players. Alejandro Romero, who attended the University of Penn with Mangione, was a member of the same Discord group, and he said he was shocked when news broke on social media that Mangione had been taken to police custody. I found it extremely ironic that, we were in the game and there could actually be a true killer among us, he said. I hate this world so very much. As soon as his photo and name popped up on X, my friend texted me asking if I knew him, and then either I was calling some 10 friends or they were calling me. I didn't speak to anybody today who wasn't aware of what had happened. Among Us is a child-friendly whodunit game in which a group of friends run around a space station-like maps. The crewmates, who are simply drawn cartoonish-looking astronauts, run around the ship and complete tasks. The state of journalism is in absolute tatters. Absolute tatters, right? But regardless of all that, one thing that has come up about his actual history is a little bit about his family ties. So this has been some stuff that, we have seen develop over this. Some people are calling him rich and saying he's throwing away a life of promise and security and, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I'm not going to go that far into it, but basically, if you want to know a little bit more about his background, right? Luigi is the grandson of the late Nick Mangione Sr., who the Baltimore Banner reported was a multimillionaire who made his family's fortune as a developer in the real estate industry before opening other businesses and becoming a philanthropist who supported a variety of civic initiatives. The patriarch of the family built nursing homes, hospitals, and office buildings. The family acquired the Turf Valley Country Club in 1978 and built it into a full-service resort and conference center that's now known as the Turk Valley Resort, following the addition of a hotel, spa, and other amenities. The Mangiones also built what will become known as Hayfields Country Club in 1986, which operates as a golf and wedding venue and has a residential development. The Post also reported the Mangione family owns an assisted living facility, Lorient Health Services in Ellicott City, as well as radio station WCBM AM 680, a talk radio station based in the Baltimore area. Parts of this idea that he's somebody who worked his ass off and he just had like a bad break and then broke bad. I think that kind of falls apart. I think he went berserko, dude. Okay, I think he went a little bit berserko. And I think the easiest way to tell that he went berserko is earlier today, we actually finally got video. We got video of him entering into the courthouse here from NBC 10 in Philadelphia. Why is this muted? Stop.
Completely out of touch and it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the living experience.
That's what he started yelling as he was taken in to court today. So that way he could ultimately be charged. New York prosecutors have charged Luigi Mangione with murder in the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson hours after he was apprehended at McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania on Monday. The Ivy League graduate from Maryland was also charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon, 1 count of second-degree possession of a forged document, and 1 count of third-degree criminal possession of a firearm, online court documents show. The failed shooting of Thompson outside the investors' conference in Midtown Manhattan sparked an exhaustive search, with New York police combing the city for evidence and pouring through thousands of hours of video footage. The breakthrough came after 5 days on Monday morning when an employee at McDonald's in Altoona, about 230 miles from the hospital where the shooting happened, called police saying that they had identified the suspect. That's what he's getting charged with. Forgery, murder, assassination, possession of a firearm. Yeah, it's pretty standard. Nothing that crazy, right? Nothing crazy at all. Ultimately, that's where everything is. That's kind of where we're sitting now. There is one new thing that did come out, which is the manifesto that he had was released by Ken Klippenstein. I have unfortunately lost the link, so I'm going to have to edit this later, but you know. Okay, here we go. The manifesto of this guy has been published. And the one that was found on him, of course. So, this is what the manifesto is. Rumitus, good afternoon, love you. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country to save you a lengthy investigation. I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This is fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, and a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites had it coming. A reminder, the US has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly 42nd in life expectancy. United is the indecipherable largest company in the US by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart. It has grown and grown, but has our life expectancy? No. The reality is these indecipherable have simply gotten too powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have space, and frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed, an example given Rosenthal and more decades ago, and the problems simply remain. It's not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Evidently, I'm the first to face it with such brutal honesty. Indecipherable or redacted? Who knows? But this is being reported on by NBC News. It has like the same, notes, that we would saw from the beginning with the parasites comment and the rest of it. It seems to be the case. If not, that's on Ken Klippenstein. He's the one that released it. Viv, good afternoon. Love you. There's another one that is a longer length. Wait, you mean the one that got posted yesterday on his Substack? That seemed like it was confirmed, and this was the note that was on him because it got entered into court evidence today, Viv. Which one? Because that's what this one is purported to be. That's what Ken is saying he got it from. Both could be fake, just to be clear. But, I mean, I think the Substack one is more likely than not fake. The Substack one. I believe I read something about it. I don't keep notes on shit that I know is just lies and shit. The longer one talks about his mom. Ken says the other one is fake. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The other one doesn't have the parasites thing, right? That's it. I think they are both real if you're telling me it was entered into evidence. Yeah, that's what Ken is alleging. Is the one that he has is the entered into evidence version. Right? But I don't actually know. I legitimately couldn't tell you if I knew one way or the other. But one thing that I do know is that wasn't the only schizo thing. I found the most amazing schizo theory, courtesy of old friend Pickstart. Okay? And I just want to show you guys this because it's the most insane thing that I have ever heard of in my life, and I fact-checked none of it. All right? People are trying to figure out if there is a possibility there's some connection to the number 286. Okay? I shit you not. Brelem's Pokedex number is 286. Proverbs 28:6 reads, "Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways." He also only has 286 posts on his X. Then the Brelem Pokemon Index is 286. Finally, the denial code for 286. Nino Mangione, his Republican Maryland House Delegate's cousin, 286 following. 286 following. Denial code 286, explanation and how to address. Denial code 286 is when the appeal timelines for a healthcare claim are not met. Learn how to handle this common issue in healthcare revenue cycle management. Express US reported Luigi Mangione said violence is necessary to survive in chilling post. Luigi Mangione, 26, was detained at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 286 miles away from the scene of the shooting. A coffee black at McDonald's with tax is $2.86. And then if you look at the House of Delegates and the election, his cousin won 28.6% of the vote. All right. And then, all right, he just went ahead and he just kept trying to stay 286 fed up about. But yeah, that was the most schizo theory. But there are a lot of more reasonable reactions than that. That's you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. But yeah, there's some other reactions, right? I have this post here on Newsweek, right? Stating that hashtag free Luigi trends as support surges for CEO murder suspect Luigi Mangione. As news spread online Monday that police had arrested the person of interest in the case, thousands of users on the platforms like X, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit voiced their backing for Mangione. Some have even hailed him as a hero, while others have called for his release. Police detained Mangione on Monday morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, after the McDonald's employee recognized him from widely circulated images. So, this is something that's happening. There's a lot of people that are coming out to go ahead and support Luigi, right? And they support him so much that the Latin Times reports Altoona McDonald's flooded with angry one-star reviews after arrest of suspected United Healthcare CEO killer. Rats everywhere. And it shows these images of Nicholas Thompson. Food 1, service 1, atmosphere 1, and a rat coming out of a McDonald's thing because, you know, that was what it is. The alleged killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was arrested at McDonald's in Altoona after an employee contacted the police. Now all 3 fast food restaurants in town are inundated with one-star reviews. Heard the place is rat infested and that the owner doesn't care about the health of his employees. More like Narcdonald's, I hope obesity and heart disease are in Network in Pennsylvania. Deny, defend, depose, diarrhea at McDonald's, another user wrote. This location has rats in the kitchen that will make you sick and your insurance isn't going to cover it, Jordan A. said in his review. They got rats behind the counter. Do not recommend, Brandon Garcia wrote in a Google review of the establishment. Others echoed the rat claim, alluding to the employee who snitched on the internet famous suspected CEO killer. Service was terrible, rats everywhere. And not only that, Google, being the corpo freaks that they are, went ahead and stepped in to sweep it under the rug. The Hindustan Times reports Google steps in after McDonald's gets a review bond over arrest in United Healthcare CEO's murder. Google said that such negative reviews unrelated to the actual business violates its policies, hence have been removed. So, that's what Google did. But the last thing that I do want to say, thankfully, I do want you guys to understand. I spent several years living within an hour of Altoona. I've complained about the food that I ate when I lived in Center County, Pennsylvania, 4 years. Though Vosh is a horse-loving lolicon freak, I do want to say that his subreddit got something wrong. And I want you guys to understand, when it comes to Altoona, they deserve whatever they get. I'm about to show you something horrifying, and I do think if you have small children, please ask them to leave the room. If you have a queasy stomach, I hope that you can stomach this or, leave until like a minute or so. I have something horrifying. A disgusting, depraved abomination unto God. I want to show you Altoona pizza. That is American cheese. That is American cheese. Yep. So, it seems like Luigi has been captured. We're starting to get way more information coming out. If you want to look up more, there are interviews with friends and colleagues, but I think we got most of the super relevant stuff all put together. Personally, I don't condone murder, but I do condone memes. I love memes. They're funny. And I'm really interested in seeing where this goes because, honestly, I think it's just going to get weirder every single day. But if you want to know more about the weird, remember to like and subscribe and follow the YouTube and the Twitch and the Twitter and the Discord and all those things. You'll find the links below. And show up tomorrow because we'll be here again. Thank you.